The historic Madison Square Garden rally from President Trump had political observers scratching their heads, conservatives astounded, and leftists seething. Trump's rally showed that Americans, even in deep blue states, are rejecting the Democrats' vision of absolute government power, the destruction of our Constitution, and left-wing perversion. The Democrats' closing argument has nothing to offer Americans. That's our focus in today's preamble. If an American is a believer in God and shouts, "Jesus is Lord," the Democrats' anointed leader has this message.
And they did as he intended. Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally. No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
If one believes in America first and the preservation of a country where the people, not the government, rule, then leftist luminaries have this message for you. Hillary Clinton called those New Yorkers who attended the Trump rally Nazis. Hillary accused the Republican nominee of seeking to reenact an infamous Nazi rally held at Madison Square Garden 85 years ago. The most cheated on woman in America and former New York Senator and Secretary of State made the shockingly false allegation shortly after telling CNN's Caitlin Collins that she believes President Trump is a fascist, despite having no evidence to show her allegations to be true. And if you're black and you don't support an empty-headed leftist who received no votes, but instead was coronated as the Democrat nominee, then leftists have this message for you. Michelle Obama, while campaigning for Harris, described herself as frustrated and angry at voters who let President Trump's shortcomings slide, but demanded that Kamala, quote, dazzle us at every turn, and who pick apart Kamala's answers from interviewers, end quote. But it was Barack Obama's own chief campaign strategist, David Axelrod, who had this to say about Kamala Harris and her dingbat responses to basic questions.
When she doesn't want to answer a question, her habit is to kind of go to word salad city, and she did that on a couple of answers. One was on Israel. Anderson asked a direct question, would you be stronger on Israel than Trump? And there was a 7-minute answer, but none of it related to the question he was asking.
Word salad city. I don't want to live there. Meanwhile, left-wing MSNBS star Michael Steele had this to say about black men who don't agree with the Nazi-esque abortion-on-demand standard championed by the Democrat Party. Quote, the young brothers in Detroit and Atlanta and Philly, Baltimore, across the country, the young men who in this discussion around abortion seemingly have been detached from it by the right. You know, they got this bro culture, you know. It's about the man, you know. The woman, we just need to be quiet. We need you to be quiet and pregnant, end quote. This is how leftists shame men who want to be fathers. Then there was the fallout from the Kamala Harris rally in Houston, or should I say the Beyonce rally. Democrats pulled a bait and switch, which they like to do, always do as a matter of fact. Democrat voters thought they were showing up for a free concert from Beyonce, but many in the 30,000-person crowd were shocked and angry when Beyonce just showed up to simply introduce Kamala Harris. Outside the AstroTruth rally, an unhinged Kamala Harris supporter created this viral moment. Here you can see the unhinged leftist screaming in the face of a child sitting in a stroller. To their credit, some who saw this disturbing display stepped in, pushed the abuser aside, and warned her, hey, your actions aren't very cool. Then there's the unidentified leftist who tried to make one of Kamala Harris's apparent lies true by creating a fake image of Kamala Harris in a McDonald's uniform. As the Harris campaign refuses to provide any proof that Kamala Harris actually worked at the Golden Arches, as she claimed, many media outlets are just chalking this up to another Democrat rhetorical flourish, or as we normal people call it, a lie. But it's far worse. Turns out the liars on the left not only superimposed Kamala Harris's face onto a white woman's body, but according to reports, the original photo was of a woman named Suzanne Bernet, who passed away from cancer in 2007. You know, it takes a special kind of left-winger to rob a dead cancer victim of their identity just for politics. But this is who and what Democrats are. And believe it or not, folks, all of the baseless, destructive, and anti-American rhetoric being spewed by the left, it's actually good news for the United States. It shows a watching country and a watching world that Democrats have nothing to offer. They can't run on their record because it's abysmal. The Democrats have done nothing good for our people 12 the last 16 years. They can't run on what they will actually do to you and this country if they get power again, because if they told you the truth, they couldn't be elected dog catcher. So they are reduced to throwing shade or slinging mud because lies and insults are all the Democrats have to offer mankind. But America has stopped listening because the left has shown they are only interested in one thing: their unchallenged power over you. Now, those of you who put your families first, those of you who put your community first, those of you who put America first, you know that no Democrat believes in what you believe in. And early voting and election day should reflect that, but it won't if you don't let your voice be heard. So get out there and vote. Joining me, you know, folks, I thank God for my wonderful wife, my kids, my country, the greatest nation ever. And Americans like you who believe in the truth, the Chris Salcedo Show will never stop fighting for you.
The Chris Salcedo Show, for the news you need to know.